Welcome back to Ozarks Fox AM. We would like to introduce you to wreath maker extraordinaire, Laura Haden. And I give you that title. I hope that's okay.
Sure.
Laura, I hope it's okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I met Laura actually on St. Patrick's Day. Do you remember? We were at both have a mutual friend, Stephanie Ireland. We were at an event for Stephanie Ireland. And I noticed that Stephanie had this beautiful wreath on her door. And I'm like, I told Stephanie, I was like, this wreath
is amazing.
Is amazing. It's insane. And she goes, would you like to meet the person who made it? I'm like, she's here? Laura was there at the party. And I met her. I'm like, I love your wreath. Would you please come on the show?
Yes.
So she's been working diligently making some fun wreaths, one for myself, one to show the viewers, and you've done it, and thank you so much for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me.
So tell us about your business.
Well, I started probably about a year ago, and I just make them mainly for seasons. I do everyday wreaths, custom wreaths. I just kind of create them, and then I post them and sell them, and, kind of go from there.
I love that.
Laura, do you have a background in this, or did you just self-teach yourself?
Oh, I just taught myself. Well, I do watch tutorials and stuff just to keep bettering the craft. But, yeah.
So let's get to the wreath. Let's start up here. Now tell us about this very special top wreath, Laura.
Well,
I love it.
He requested that wreath.
I did.
Just an everyday wreath. I do everyday wreaths. I mainly do holidays, but I do everyday wreaths as well. So he said black and white. I found a sign and just kind of went with that for him. So
that is beautiful.
Thank you very much.
And I told her too, I was like, I have a black door. I want something kind of, now, I don't know if simple is the right word, because your wreaths are not simple. They're so intricate.
Extravagant.
And they're so big. But you maybe like black and white with a solid green or something. I wanted something that would be great all year long.
Oh, of course, yeah. That is beautiful. That's going to look good on your black door.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yes.
And then all the amazing seasonal wreaths, though.
Yes, and where people probably aren't quite ready for Halloween yet, a little early in the season, but I have to get ahead, and that's my busiest season is Halloween and Christmas, where I sell the most. So I'm already stocking for those seasons. So I've got my witch wreath here, and says the witch is in. I don't know.
I'm going to come over and point stuff out.
I want to see
the
that.
The TV does not even do this justice, guys.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They are so big and large and in charge in person. Like, see, this is the witch's face right here. So the witch is on it. So I wanted you guys to point that out. And then all of is this deco mesh that you've used?
Yeah, I just put it really on an evergreen. That's my base. I either use grapevine or...
Okay, now I'm going to put my head in because I want you to see how big these are. I want you to just look at my head compared to the wreath size. That's how big it is. You need to have that contrast of size, the perspective. There you go. Look how, this is an amazing wreath. It's gorgeous.
This is a wreath that is going to stay with you for a long time. You just, and take good care of it, for when this holiday's over, and then bring it out the next year, and the next year, and the next year.
Hopefully, yes.
And then, of course, my best friend.
Yes. He wanted Patrick Mahomes. So, and I had help with that because my fiance is an amazing airbrush artist, and he painted the jersey and the little shoes. It's got little Adidas.
Look at little feet.
If you could see that, he painted that for me. I have him on hand, and he's extremely talented, so he helps me with little things just to make it more unique, something you can't get anywhere else. So, but I think he's pretty cute with his wild hair, and
he's adorable. I'm going to tell you, I think that's going to catch on, and that you better be ready to make some more of those.
I already have. I've already gotten some orders on that. So, and then I have a little Uncle Sam down here for 4th of July. I've done a few of these as well. So,
it's just so intricate and ornate and large, and I'm in love with them.
Yeah.
I love these wreaths.
You can use this on Memorial Day and on July 4th.
Yeah, so a lot of them ordered them before Memorial Day to have it through the holidays.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I would hang that all summer, though.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it's a perfect summer. And then I have one back here. We ran out of room to hang, but I just want to show this fall one because, people love the fall.
Yes, that's really pretty.
And this is, talk about perspective. You're not even going to see me. Look how gorgeous and thick. Guys, these are super thick. And look at that cute little pumpkin man.
Yeah. Now, Laura, how long would it take you to make something like that?
Well, it just depends. If I make all the moving parts, because sometimes I make the attachments, and like my homes took quite a while. I can sometimes do it in a day. Sometimes it takes weeks. It just depends.
Right. It depends on what the wreath is.
Yeah, and what I make to go with it.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Those are wonderful.
Your bows are amazing. Would you mind giving us like a little tutorial on how? Look at that patriotic bow.
I know.
So big and gorgeous.
Yes.
Yes, I will see what I can do here. Okay.
Okay, here. Do you want the pink?
Sure.
I'll have Are you using them all together?
Yeah.
No, here, you do it then. We want to watch you.
But you can do the next step with me if you want to. So, okay. I just use floral wire. You can use zip ties, you can use pipe cleaners, but whatever works. And a good tip with ribbon is you want to use stiff ribbon. If you use floppy ribbon, it doesn't work very well. So the stiffer, and these kind are more expensive.
Right.
But it's worth the money, if it's going to be good quality. So basically, I've just pinched it, left a little tail. I take it and I twist it. Oops, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
And then I just make a little loop and then kind of gather it up this one. And the thicker they are a little harder to work with. But they're, again, worth it. Pinch it kind of around like that.
So you're always keeping the pattern out.
Right.
Yes, you do. And twist it. Okay, so then what I would do, and you guys can try this if you want to, but I'm gonna snip that off. I make the tails later on it.
Oh, really? Okay, there we
Okay.
go.
Okay, so the hardest part I think is holding it.
Right.
They do make ribbon holder. Which
Oh, do they really?
They
okay,
do.
good to know. There we
And
go.
so if you don't, some people may, have arthritis or whatever, not be able to hold it. So like you can.
I love how you're adding it on.
Yeah,
and
just
not,
adding it, and
Yeah.
I would think she would take
Me too.
and tie it up
See?
first. Yeah.
But she has obviously strong hands.
Yeah.
'Cause when I do make
Yeah.
the bows for the holidays, my hands do
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah, it can. And so anyway, I don't know if they can see it the way I'm doing it, but I just take it and it's the same thing. You flip it over where you see the pattern, you pinch it. Okay.
So basically, you're making one
Yes.
bow out of one ribbon, doing the same thing with the next ribbon on
Right.
top of
a little
that.
smaller than the first one.
Yeah.
Am I okay on
gorgeous.
time?
Oh,
guys?
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
you're
good.
fine.
Okay.
You're good.
And you guys are welcome to try it if you want to.
Well, we like
we're
watching.
gonna watch.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if
so
my hands can handle
No,
that.
me either. Oh, I love this patterns that you have together. They're just gorgeous.
I am getting ready to make a little, it looks like a little ghost trick-or-treater. She's pink and black and white, and so I'll use the bow for that. That's what I bought
Okay.
the ribbon
Oh,
for.
Okay,
that's
great.
perfect.
Okay.
So it's really going to be cute. She's got a little bucket of candy, and
Adorable.
so I like to have a lot of moving parts in my wreath.
Well, speaking of, as you're making that, it made me think, how far in advance do people need to order the wreaths?
Well, I mean, it doesn't take that long to make them. If busy season, I might have quite a few. So I just, I definitely would need a couple weeks leadway.
Yeah.
Just
'Cause
for
you've gotta
some
get the
reason,
right
I have
things,
to order.
right.
If I have to order from Etsy.
Oh, I don't. Here, I'll get it. I found it. I found it.
Speaking of
There you go.
Etsy, do you
Thank
have an
you.
Etsy site?
I do, and it's under For Your Door Store, and your is spelled U-R-E, and I do know how to spell, but I did it just to be
Different.
cute and different.
Yeah.
So, but it's under For Your Door Store. I'm sorry, I'm wrapping.
No, you keep doing
the
that. I'm going to plug
ribbon.
You can find her on Facebook too as well. It's For Your Door, Wreaths and More, and that's your spelled U-R-E. For Your Door, Wreaths and More. That's on Facebook, and then
right.
on Etsy, For Your Door Store on Etsy, and you can see she has tons and tons of pictures up there of all the different wreaths. And I like when you post one that's sold because you're like, well, this one already just sold, so
Yeah, exactly.
can't get that one.
Beautiful job. Thank you so much
Thank
for bringing
you.
these on and showing them.
Oh, look at that.
course.
See, look at this
You know,
bow.
it's got to be
Pretty.
fluffed up. When you put it on there, it
Yes.
kind of sinks in. And I honestly do a lot more layers than this, but I didn't want
I
to
love
push
it,
my
though.
luck.
Yeah.
on
I
TV
understand, I understand.
With all the ribbons. So
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you
All right, go
so
check
Can I
her out,
just say,
guys.
Look how pretty this looking Kelly's
Gorgeous.
hair.
Oh, thank you.
That's adorable.
Look at that.
We'll be back right after this.
You're your own wreath now, Kelly.
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
It's really pretty.
It is so
It's
pretty.
big. I love that.
Color.